Hey, party people, Toothbrush here. Welcome to my Triangle Strategy playthrough. Now, this is going to be the first chapter. One thing to take note is that I did have some issues with the Elgato. It was my first time using it. So from chapters 1 to 3.1, we're going to have a bit of sound issues, but it has since been fixed. It was just a USB cord. Once I got a new one, sound sounded great. So if you want to see any of this live, feel free to join me Monday, Wednesday, Thursday after 8 p.m. Eastern. For now, just sit back and enjoy. If you find this entertaining, give me a like. Also, if you want to comment down below who your favorite character introduced in chapter 1 is. Mine personally is Benedict. He just seems like a mix of Alfred from Batman and Citan from Xenogears, and those are two of like my favorite characters. In that kind of like in that age bracket, like the wise person who seems to have a bit of edge. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the flip. So here we are in Triangle Strategy, and again, I hope is that you can actually hear the game. It looks like you can, at least from where I am seeing it. So let's go with new game. I think that's the play here. There's a very easy, a mode recommended for those not comfortable with tactical games or players who just want to enjoy the story. Yeah, we're gonna go with normal. I would do hard, but there's a lot of systems in place. Thanks, Rose. There's a lot of systems in place that are very new and can have you getting your ass handed to you pretty hard. And I'd like to get comfortable with that. Maybe like chances are I'll do more than one playthrough. First time I played Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm not going hard. I'm going normal, which will be hard enough for me. And you'll see once, because the fighting is actually like, I won't say it is a bit more on the aggressive side. Like your characters take a lot of damage. You do a lot of damage. They probably did that to keep fights flowing a little bit faster. Because in Tactics, it was easy to get to a point where like, things weren't necessarily flowing as fast as they probably should be. At least in the two fights that I had in this game, didn't run into that.
On the faraway continent of Norzelia.
Oh, they read this for me.
Powers
look at that. They changed that. Before that just ran.
Through which
just
runs the mighty
ran in the demo.
River, bringing flourishing trade.
Yeah, so Glenbrook's actually where we start off.
The Grand Duchy of Esfrost, a land of ice and snow beneath which slumbers rich veins of iron.
Esfrost, we do have you get to meet people from delegations from all these places at first.
The holy state of Hyzant, home to the lake from which is harvested the salt essential to life.
If paladins exist in this world, 1000% they're coming from this place. They have a whole religion around. They're like a very religious country, and the big thing is right now where they even said where harvested the salt that is essential to life. They are the only people that have access to salt. So like the spice is most certainly life in this world, which is actually kind of cool that there's this like resource that they have like kind of a monopoly on. And they also tend to be like really overzealous.
One vital resource. Conflict between these three powers was all too common. Minor disputes and skirmishes gave rise to fierce battles, and before long, the realm was engulfed in a bloody conflict that would rage on for years. Many died in what came to be known as the Salt Iron War.
Salt and iron. But yeah, this art's fantastic. I like it a lot.
And facing their mutual demise, the three powers at last negotiated a truce. The Norzelia Consortium is formed, a neutral organization that oversees fair trade of iron and salt. Finally, peace came to the realm.
I'm so used to reading this out because I haven't been playing fully voiced stuff.
Now, a new bond is set to be formed between the Grand Duchy of Esfrost and House Wolffort of Glenbrook, whose power in the kingdom is second only to that of the royal family itself.
But yeah, so one thing to note, like, as we play these characters, they have no concept of this war, right? Like, there are a lot of people that are older, but as you start playing this game, a lot of passing of the torch happens. in chapter, not chapter 1, chapter 2. A lot of passing of the torch happens. So a lot of people going into this game have no real concept of the actual conflict. I don't know if anything happened in between, like that peacetime, those 30 years. Because I think the character is, I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely not 30. He's like pretty young.
Lord Serenoa? Good morning.
Congratulations, my lord. The future of Wolffort is looking brighter than ever.
Brighter than ever.
Today's the day, is it not? We're all ready for the big moment. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so I know that voice that came out of him was a little unsettling because it was kind of like grandiose. It gets better. There has been a
Lord Serenoa.
There has been a bunch of memes about like just straight up switch it to Japanese.
So,
but like
we're here after all.
I love Benedict's voice actor so much, and there's 2 characters that come up afterwards. Yeah, I'll point them out when they come out, but like I love the voice actors
Benedict.
as well.
It would seem word has reached the people already.
You can thank Eridor for that. He couldn't refrain from blabbing the news to anyone who would listen. I'll have a talk with him after.
This is a momentous day, not merely for our domain, but for all of Glenbrook.
The Glenbrook was the one with the scales in that. Like it's one of the first ones they introduced.
I do not think it possible to keep it a secret.
This is well and true, my lord, but you must consider your betrothed's lineage.
I'm well aware of the situation, Benedict. I cannot say for sure what repercussions this may have. What I do know is that the people rejoice for us and harbor hope for the future.
Like the thing is, right here, it's a little weird for me because I know exactly what they're talking about, but me coming back to this as the player again now, like I'm like, you know, they don't really allude to what the hell they're talking about, which is weird. It puts you in a strange perspective.
Lord of House Wolffort,
but
we must rise to the occasion.
You figure it out eventually. Kind of. I was kind of like, they kind of explain it, but not really. But like you're supposed to just know.
Fine resolve, my lord. As house steward, I will do all in my power to assist.
And like I went out of my way to make my character not really care too much about race. So, you know, just saying. Like it doesn't come up because that's why you talk about like lineage. They're really talking about a particular type of human in this world.
Thank you, Benedict. It is heartening to have the support of my father's right-hand man.
Benedict seems like
then,
a straight up G, by the way. I'm excited. I didn't get to
So soon.
do much with him in the demo, but I'm excited to see. I've seen some shots of like what he's like.
The river's waters have risen with the heavy rainfall earlier this week. And given the wind, I think it likely that Esfrost's ship will arrive ahead of schedule.
You never cease to amaze. Very well then, let us be on our way.
So a lot of the early game is going to be a lot of exposition. It starts you off in a battle, but like either way, like after that, there's a bit of a lull period in between, especially if you're doing the side quests.
I thank you for the escort. You are free to go.
Lady Frederica, there is no one here to receive you.
He will be along shortly, no doubt. If I have heard true, he is not the type to keep a lady waiting.
By your leave, then. We wish you everlasting happiness, my lady.
Thank you. I shall work hard, both for my new home and for my motherland. Please let brother, the Archduke, know that.
As you command, my lady. We leave the rest to you, Gila.
I shan't let you down.
I just feel weird because like I want to react to things, but I know like stuff that's already happened. Luckily, I didn't play too far into the demo. Once I saw I was really loving the game, I kind of just like dropped it.
Phew, Glenbrook at last. Finally, we can take a moment of respite from our long journey.
I like Jill a lot. Like Jill's pretty
That
dope.
said, it would seem we've arrived ahead of schedule.
I much prefer it to being late. This is a momentous day for Frost, and for the entire realm. We cannot afford to make a bad first impression.
I agree, which is why we cannot have you looking so tense.
Your teepee, your wigwam. You're too tense.
Why don't we go for a bit of a stroll?
A fine idea. After all, this may be the last time in a while that I am free to do as I please. Most are not inclined to grant liberty to one of Rosellan heritage, such as me.
So this is the part where they kind of touch on the thing they were talking earlier, where she's what is considered a Rosellan, and Rose, you'll like this, but she's not an Azure Rose, but she is a Rosellan, and that's because of the rose-like color of their hair. I think that's where the name comes from, based off a conversation we'll have a little bit later. Okay, so I will say this, when I was first playing through this, I was like 1000% her mother's pendant. So I guessed that before this, and that's why I wish I could have these reactions. But like now it just seems like it's disingenuous because I've played past this point.
Of course. It is the only memento I have of my mother.
There you go. But I had that reaction when I was originally playing it, so you guys got it retroactively. And now two of my favorite characters are about to come out, and that was a Wilhelm scream. Oh, that really, I didn't hear that last time. That fucked me up.
Thank you kindly, little lady.
Hell yeah.
Letting a whole boatload of guards go back home was a stroke of genius. We heard tell you'd be here, and we wanted to be the ones to welcome you.
I don't know if that it's because I've been watching a lot of Serenity, but this guy kind of sounds like Nathan Fillion to me, especially when I think of like Captain Malcolm.
The winds of fortune are blowing today, aren't they, Pa?
Brigands!
Stand back, Frederica. I shan't let them have you.
Shan't let them have you. Right? He really is. Look at those wood textures. Recommended level 2. It's the first fight. Like, if I'm not at the recommended level, would I even what would the choice be there? But I do like that I didn't notice that before. They actually let you know when you're about to go into combat. Except for the mane of hair. Yeah, is the difference.
What do you intend to do with us?
Make you our little hostages is all. And wring every last coin out of the duchy and house Wolffort.
What's with that pink hair, though? Ya Rosellan? And that lady looks like she's from Hyzant. Did we go after the wrong boat?
The person who voice acts this character in particular, I've followed them for a couple of other voice acting gigs they've done, or I've seen them, but it was just interesting to like I can't tell the difference between, like, I wouldn't have known it was her if I didn't see that message.
Enough! I am without a doubt.
Hell yeah. You see that lack of hesitation for human life?
Have you bandits no shame?
Straight up murdered this man.
And just who in the hell are you?
All right, I didn't really read this last time, so let's go. In Norzilla, 3 major guiding convictions prevail: unity, morality, and liberty. These take the form of invisible parameters that are influenced by the choices you make throughout the game. So the reason I like this is you don't really know which one is which, right? You're kind of making these blind choices to shape your character, and it actually has real repercussions. Like your decisions will shape Serenoa's convictions, as well as influence which companions may choose to join his cause. So all that says to me is multiple playthroughs. Yeah, like it's one of those things somebody posted on Twitter. They were just like, what if I make Serenoa so much of a dick that like everyone just leaves me? And I just thought that was, I hadn't thought about that. This show was fucking funny. I like this one, and this is the one I picked last time, and I'll tell you why I like it. Who are you exactly? Abandoned cub of brigands from the looks of it. It's a little too like you're just like, you're poking at the bear. And we are currently outnumbered. And I don't know, like, you haven't had a moment for your view of Serenoa to be spoiled at this point. He is whatever you want him to be. And that's kind of cool. But I don't want him to be this much of a snob. You didn't know who. Surrender now, and we can resolve this peacefully. That seems a little weird. I don't know, it's just a sus way to talk to somebody. Like, why would you not introduce yourself at this point? You literally just killed a man in front of him. So I like this one though, because I had noticed this as well when I was looking at the characters, and I was like, oh, are they related? Because the hair basically is the thing that got it for me. So we're gonna go with that one. And they don't tell you what got strengthened, just his conviction.
Resemblance. Might you be father and daughter?
You got that right. This is Trish, my pride and joy.
Aw.
Ship off the old block, ain't she?
Minus the stench and the hairy arms, maybe.
You wound me, girl. That was supposed to be a compliment.
That was my worry as well.
We'll leave you alone to settle your family dispute.
You're the whole reason we're quarreling, you dolt.
Exactly. You're about to pay for messing with Travis,
the Bandit King. I'm a big fan
lost their composure. Well done,
of both of these characters, and this is the only interaction I've had with them. And I have been like, the idea of like a father and daughter like bandit group is great for me, and I think Trish is hilarious, and so is he. They just, I don't know, like I would play an entire game based off just them. But yeah, so they lost their composure, and that was the good thing. I don't know what benefit it gives me.
To arms, my lord.
Stand back, the both of you.
No, we fight together. I brought this upon us through my indiscretion. Pray allow me to help.
My lady.
She does not know who you are at this point.
And Frederica is a most apt pupil.
Okay, when she originally said this, I thought she meant she was a mage. She's actually the healer. Frederica does just pure booming fire magic. It's amazing. Like the first time I did this fight, she like single-handedly like took out half the people.
Why didn't you tell me you were having such fun? I would have joined you sooner.
And from the rear.
What are you doing here? Let us talk later. Now, I believe we have some lawless ruffians to rouse.
Just the blonde, blue-eyed man. Like when he came through like that, I got like hard Delita vibes, which is a character from Final Fantasy Tactics. Benedict's aptitudes in battle. Anytime you get a new character in battle, they give you kind of like this, like this is kind of how he was meant to be used. Doesn't necessarily mean it's what you need to do, but this is how he's meant to be used. Unwavering support with a strategic edge. Aids comrades with various support abilities. Alters turn order of his allies. Frederica's aptitudes in battle. A pyromancer whose fire ignites chaos on the battlefield. Cast sweeping spells to assail multiple enemies. Can use fire spells to set flammable squares ablaze. I didn't read that last time. I didn't realize you can actually do that to the environment. That's kind of cool. And Gila's basically a healer. I won't read that out because it wasn't cool. It's like I heal things, but she's a really good healer. The massive amounts of damage that were coming through. Do you think you can get oil jars to play off the fire? I would. If there's an oil ability in a game and they play off each other, that would be insane. I wouldn't put it past this combat. You'll see. Like, the combat is a lot of fun. Also, any back attacks are instant criticals.
Ready to learn a hard lesson.
Oh, I didn't mean to skip that.
Admirable, at least. Orders, my lord?
Give them no quarter. We cannot allow brigands to have the run of Wolffort.
Just who are these people anyway?
Now, Benedict.
Basics of battle. In battle, positioning and turn order are two keys to victory. Attacks from higher ground than that of your target deal increased damage. Attacks from behind are guaranteed to score a critical hit. A mark will appear whenever you can perform a back attack. So this actually influenced the way, because the way I normally don't care too much. Even in Final Fantasy Tactics, I think the only thing you really got was an accuracy bonus, but not a crit bonus. So this actually changes the game a lot, and getting attacked from behind is devastating. The order in which you take action is determined by their speed attribute. Upcoming turn order is displayed in the AT bar on the bottom of the screen. I like that they expose this because, at least in a lot of tactics games I've played, you don't see this. You have access to it, but you got to go into a sub-menu in order to see, hey, who's going next. Oh, and this is just... All right, now we're good. We read everything.
Think you got what it takes to best my family? Ha! Fools, the lot of you. My turn. Give them a fight, men. Distinguish yourself in battle and you receive your due reward.
So this is really cool. So whenever you're in a blue panel, that's when you can, and I really like this, you move through it and you don't have, there's no, your enemy can't currently attack you from there. Purple means you can move there, but you're in a range of someone's attack. And red lines indicate enemies that can attack the unit. So you'll see when I move, it'll show up a lot like that. Red panels indicate attack range, yellow panels and create area of effect for the selected command.
We do not take kindly to thievery here in Wolffort. You will pay for your crimes. From where shall we strike?
So I could go all the way forward now, but that would leave this character's back exposed, right? So what we're going to do is, let's look at the turn order. So Trish is going to go next. So if we go here, you know what we're going to do? So he's going to want to attack. I'm already in a purple square. Here's the command menu. Now he has an ability that can actually delay, but what we're just going to do is end our turn, and we're going to go this way. Why? Because actually our back's covered. We're good.
You think you're all high and mighty, huh? Well, we'll show you we're no slouches ourselves.
Now this is going to force her to either go back and attack my boy back there or come forward and attack me. I think she's going to come forward. She did not.
We're just trying to make a living here. Take that!
But that's okay.
Our land has no place for those who disregard the law. I shall try my level best.
Raging Beast. I'm just gonna buff Serenoa.
I have your back.
Splendid.
And yes, he does use like a cane type Like katana.
My turn.
Okay, this man uses a lance, so what he can do is attack from here. Actually, can he get around her? Last time I believe I attacked him, but she also didn't come up this way. Now, the danger here is that he can get back attacked, right? Like, I put him in a weird spot.
My friend. Let us see who brings down more of these ruffians.
I think not. Whatever would I tell your father if harm were to befall you?
These are no ordinary men.
That line just kind of kills me a little bit. Okay, so that's good. That guy couldn't make it to us, and now his back's exposed.
Let us remain calm and clear-headed. That is our surest path to victory. Cool heads shall prevail.
And now here, we've created kind of a line formation of sorts.
We must defend
I don't
ourselves from
think
the
they
things that
have
threatens us.
any AoE,
Let me show you what I've learned.
but we'll see. So I'm just going to put her back there. And that is a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
With the powers in me.
Oh, the graphics look so good. Just a really solid tactics game. Now, the reason that it's important that we didn't allow them to get, like, this kind of sucks, but I can take advantage of this, I think. Oh, maybe not.
Hope you're ready. Forward.
All right, so there's something I wanted to do, which I now cannot do, but that's okay. We're going to delay him while simultaneously doing a decent amount of damage. And then we're going to stay right there. We're going to hold that formation.
For victory!
By the power of Grayskull. Y'all think you're all high and mighty? Disregard the law. A Z-Boy, who thanks for joining. He is the reason this is even happening. So let's see what we're going to do here. We're actually going to go behind her and crit her with a double thrust.
My lance strikes true. Did you see that?
Now, I don't know if range attacks crit. I think they do. If they do, she's going to hit me pretty hard. They do. They crit. They crit. Okay.
Cool heads shall prevail.
But I'm basically trying to get him in here for a kind of a specific aspect of this combat that's kind of neat.
I shall try my level best.
Let's see what I want to do here. I'm gonna give her Raging Beast because it also, I believe it also helps with magic attacks.
I can do it.
Yep. Dope. So if they turn around and start attacking him, I'm not gonna be. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good for him.
Let me show you what I've learned.
So they're in a nice little line. Wait, does this not do damage to allies? Wait a second. There's no way they wouldn't. What? Oh my god, she just became insane. I didn't know that. She definitely just took out 3 people on her own. That was fantastic. Oh my god. Yeah, I was not prepared for that. On rare occasions, enemy will drop small boxes containing exquisite spoils. Allies do not need to pick these items up. They are automatically acquired. Oh, that's different than Final Fantasy Tactics. I didn't read that before. I thought we had to pick them up.
My turn.
Oh, that's not good. And this is the aspect of the game that's very dangerous. This is how you take a lot of damage. All right, so we're gonna go. You can't attack. What are you? Just go here, and your turn. Oh, he went straight forward.
This won't be easy.
So he's gonna run away, and we're going to form a second line here. And this is what they were basically what just happened to him is what we're gonna end up doing. We're gonna do it over here, and he's gonna get an instant crit.
That seems
This
to
is
work.
good.
Little like boop. And then I'm gonna turn this
Shall we
way,
begin?
and the reason for that is just his back's not exposed, right? Like
Point me at him.
oh, she's so no. Oh, I thought she could attack from there. I was about to say Jesus. Now we're gonna kind of make it. Nah, I want her to go as far. She's just. She just doesn't have a target she can. No. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming you generate these like pips. I don't know what they're called. They haven't really gone over them. All right, but those yellow squares, it looks like I need at least 2 of them, and I only have 1. So we're gonna get another crit on this guy.
Here I come.
And goodbye.
That seemed to work.
Oh, it didn't kill him? I'm somewhat surprised by that.
For the honor of House Wolffort.
Actually, I think I'm gonna do this. Oh no, this guy will be dead anyway. I don't even need to use the link strike. I want to kill him. Yeah, it'll be one less bit of damage.
Wait your turn. Ha ha.
Oh, he has the higher ground. Oh no! Oh no!
My turn.
Ugh. So originally I was gonna go after this guy. I kind of have to now. But I see it like a giant opportunity to do a lot of damage to this guy. How much HP does he have left? 34? I mean, he'll live, right?
My lance strikes true. Yes! You've left yourself open.
Alright, so I'm gonna slap him.
Sorry.
Bam! Take that book.
For a better world.
Oh. And then I guess we'll go grab these spoils. Set up to be able to do some damage. I knew he was gonna do that.
Impossible! Have another! For the honor of House Wolffort.
Well, if we can, he doesn't have a turn for a while. Okay, why is this not working? Go the other way. Oh, derp. We're gonna delaying strike him.
This quick.
Hopefully, push him back a little bit.
Now. Yes.
And this time, we're gonna do this so we don't get like crit over and over again. Oh, so I actually delayed him a lot. He got pushed back well behind everybody else.
You don't stand a chance. Yes. Too slow.
And just do this so he doesn't get crit by this. Yo, where is she
I
going?
see a path to victory.
Over here.
Yo, he's
The
getting.
situation is grim.
The situation is grim. Will I get a chance to heal him before the other girl? No. We're gonna do the smart thing. Actually heal ourselves.
I need this. Damn.
What is happening right now? Yo,
I shall do what I can.
he went full Lucha Libre on me. He was not here for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go have her secure the bag.
I fight for peace. 2 ashes.
For the honor of House Wolffort.
Actually, no, we're gonna do it here because I want to delay his turn just in case I don't kill him here, but I'm pretty sure this is at the end. Oh yeah, 100%.
Did you see that? I shirk from no danger.
Damn it all! This can't.
Oh yeah, you're right. Exquisite spoils are instantly secured.
I shall do what I can.
Here the bag.
Allow me.
I think I'm just gonna attack her from here.
2
She's
ashes.
resistant to fire?
What?
That's interesting.
I won't lose. Brace yourself.
Defeat is not an option.
And over.
You'll rue this
Because she's a
day,
redhead.
You bastards!
She's already kind of fiery. Oh no, dusted. Bye. Never to be seen or heard from again. My convictions have been strengthened. Wait, were those all the spoil, even the exquisite ones? Maybe I should have read the exquisite spoil thing a little bit closer. You could kind of say the way,
I know that face!
kind of say by the way they all die, they're all because they're just like dusting. Yeah, it does look like an epic, like we're in the Blade movie.
What's that you say?
Let's see, we didn't kill him.
Wolffort? It can't be.
She's like, damn, is this my husband to be?
What are they doing here so damn soon?
This ain't what we planned for. Let's get out of here.
For a bunch of no-good thieves. At least they know when they're in over their heads.
My man.
I
Came
would
in
have
on a
preferred
horse.
to apprehend them and see them atone for their crimes, but so be it.
Your bride-to-be is safe. Isn't that what matters?
My bride-to-be.
He didn't even know. He just came to help somebody.
My sincerest apologies. I had no idea we were being trailed by bandits. But where are my manners? I am Frederica of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. I have come to fulfill our agreement. I am honored to join you in marriage and to call House Wolffort my new home.
Hell yeah.
The honor and pleasure is mine, Lady Frederica.
You saw the sweat beads though. He wasn't
Pray
sure what to
forgive
say.
me for not introducing myself sooner.
To think you'd fight at each other's side in battle before exchanging your vows. Though, I dare say that it bodes well for Wolffort that its new lord and lady make such a fine team.
Your Highness! Here you are. Why, the entire Kingsguard has been scouring the land for you.
Yeah, so your best friend is a prince.
Did you sneak out of the castle again, Roland?
When I heard my best friend's betrothed was arriving in Glenbrook, I simply couldn't miss the occasion.
I don't know how it's handled because I stopped so early, but I know that at some point everything kind of like breaks apart. I hope that Roland doesn't go the way of Sasuke, because that's always my fear now, because so many games went that way. Even before Sasuke was a thing, you know, you played tactics that happened with Delita. I kind of hope they stay together the entire
While
game.
we appreciate the sentiment, perhaps you should have said something to the king.
I'm the least of my dear father's concerns.
I don't think it's a lame trope depending on how it's done, right? Like the Sasuke arc was a good one like Delita was Sasuke before Sasuke was Sasuke. But with Delita's arc, it was very justified, and you saw the justification happen, right? You know, you saw the injustices that he dealt with in Final Fantasy Tactics. You saw his sister get murdered right in front of him, and then, you know, you think he dies. You know, when you're as Ramza, you think he just dies in that last battle, and then you see him years later kidnapping a princess. And then the other game that does that like Sasuke opposite sides move, is Suikoden 2. Kind of does that like face like heel turn of your buddy, and it also does it in a good way. So you can make it very good to the story. It just needs to be built to that, like have something associated with it where you're like not necessarily, you don't necessarily, you may be on like opposing sides with that person, but you understand their motivations. Whereas with Sasuke's, I didn't really ever understand his motivation because it went like a bit past the pale even. Whereas motivation was just, I just want to kill my brother. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I always thought like it needs to be grander than just revenge. And then it amounted to nothing. Whereas like when they do it in these games, like Delita became a king and changed the perspective of the landscape of what non-nobles look like. So a non-nobleman, a commoner, became a king. And in the other one, I forget how, I think it's a similar trope actually, now that I think about it in Suikoden 2. I think he also becomes a king, but like ends up killing the king. It's, I don't know. It's been a while since I played it. That would be a good game to replay on the stream.
Though I suspect Huette will think otherwise. I suppose I'd best be on my way back. Rest easy, my fair lady Frederica. You are in good hands here. I look forward to celebrating your union.
Oh no.
Till we meet again.
Stop it. And no, she doesn't.
Bore the
I
insignia
think
of Glenbrook's royal family.
she's kind of a ninja,
Could
if
that
I
have
remember
been?
correctly.
Prince Roland, King Regna's younger son.
So a lord and a prince drove off a band of brigands by their own hand. What a fascinating nation we've come to, Frederica.
This is Sheila, my tutor and attendant.
Famed is the martial prowess of the Wolfforts.
Prowess.
It was an honor to be able to witness it firsthand.
She's so soft-spoken, it makes me comfortable.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am
Almost like
Serenoa of House
librarian,
Wolffort.
like, or like a school nurse. Just seems like she's gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying?
Benedict, trusted steward of my family.
It is my honor
Yo,
to serve Lord Serenoa in any and all matters.
I can tell Benedict's gonna be that G. Like, I'm really excited for it.
On behalf of House Wolffort, I welcome you to our domain.
He's walking around here with a hidden blade. Like, whenever you see, he has like hard Alfred vibes, and Alfred was like super badass.
You may think this is an odd question, my lord, but I ask it nonetheless. What does the color of my hair mean to you?
Are you guys ready to see some game? Are you guys ready to see Serenoa drop some serious game on this girl? Because I am. This one, like, all right, so we'll go through I'm gonna pick the first one, so spoiler there. But like, there's a couple. The thing is, you're asked to answer this question without any real context, and this is the part that I don't really like, to what a Rosane is. Like, outside of the fact that you notice she's the only one with pink hair that you've seen thus far, you don't really know why there's prejudices there, and I don't think I even learned it as far as I played in the demo. Let's go through this. If it's not too forward for me to say, I find it most beautiful, which is what I would say. So that's what we're gonna say. But let's look at the other ones, just, you know, for brevity. I find your courage more noteworthy than your appearance. You had your own out there in the battlefield. Now that sounds like a compliment, but it can also kind of be an insult. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, girl, I don't care what you look like. You smash things well. I think I think it nothing to be surprised about. We have Roselle living in our very demise. This sounds inclusive and sweet, but you know, can probably be taken as, I mean, do you treat them well? You know, there's no context here. You can just say, yeah, I've seen your kind before. Like, you're nothing new to me. But we're gonna go with this because our intentions are quite clear. This is our future wife. Gotta be nice. Let's drop some game. You know, just because it's a signed and done deal doesn't mean there can't be a little romance going on. So let's hit her with some game. And he actually spits pretty well.
If it is not too forward of me to say so.
And you'll see what I mean in a second.
I find it most beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, my lord. But you need not flatter me.
Look at that. She's not used to compliments. Where the fuck did she come from? That's messed up.
I said only what I mean.
So he doubled down.
Roses and
look at
your hair.
Look at this.
As beautiful as any of them.
Oh man is spitting. He took that off the cuff. She was like, yo, I don't really want this compliment. And he's like, nah, you're gonna take this compliment. Your hair is like roses, girl. And I find them mad beautiful. And look at this heel turn here.
I adore them too.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Got him.
Then it would seem we have something in common.
Yo, Serenoa's got game.
Everyone awaits.
Serenoa definitely has some game.
To Castle Wolffort.
Thank you, Benedict. It would be my honor.
I mean, I'm sure it also helps that, you know, he's rich, but you know, that's neither here nor there. See how like the prince went his separate ways and we got a little wood block for him?
Serenoa of Glenbrook's House Wolffort.
Oh, the art's so good.
Frederica of Esfrost will unite in marriage to strengthen the ties between their two nations. In doing so, the newfound allies hope to hold their own in the face of Hyzant's salt monopoly, which continues even now, decades after the war.
So I believe she's from the people up north. That's that like snowy area. So she came down the river, this river that we have. I have no mouse. This is so weird. I can't just point things out. But this river that we have coming up from the north to the south, I'm assuming that's where she traveled.
Who could have known that
Oh no,
this was
it would have
but a
been
prelude to
the other
an
way.
uprising that would engulf all of Norzelia in the flames of war.
This narrator is just out here with spoilers. Theoretically, what we're playing right now is the prologue. Encampment has been added to the main menu. Provisioner is now available at the encampment. You can select encampment from, and this is actually pretty cool. I don't know if like your soldiers end up showing up here. It'd be nice if they do. But so far, you usually just get the that one NPC. All right, so here's our first side quest. Now we're gonna do it just because I do enjoy side stories, but they are just that. They're side stories. So a lot of exposition. But this is RPG. This is what I'm here for. So we kind of get to see what's happening at the castle, right? Because I don't remember where our town. I think this is our town here. Yeah, this is our main town. This is Castle Wolffort. And this is where the prince was going after he left you. And we kind of get to see the fallout of that and have a little bit more insight into the royal family. So the Wolfforts are ruling an area. They are not they're not like kings of their domain. This is the king that they swear fealty to.
Wherever did my fool brother run off to? I explicitly told him I wanted him here when we welcome our guests.
He's talking about Roland, the guy we just met.
It would seem Prince Roland shrugged off the King's Guard and went on a little excursion, as he's wont to do. I swear it's as if the boy exists to drive us mad.
He is an embarrassment to our family.
Damn. Maybe that's why he ran away.
No matter. I will see to matters myself.
It's kind of throwing me off that the ... they actually added a I don't know if you guys can hear because it's so low, but it's like dong, 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 almost like they're tapping their feet while they're thinking.
Your honored guests have arrived, Your Highness.
So yeah, so we're actually doing getting into this during like a relatively, I mean, not auspicious, but in the cusp of them actually getting together and bringing everyone from every other nation. There's also going to be a tournament going on, but you get to kind of get an intro to the other nations here.
I see new faces among them. I trust you can tell me more, Claris.
But of course, Your Highness. The imposing-looking woman over there is General Avlora of S.
The imposing-looking woman over there. She is kind of imposing, though. She's like in just full armor.
Her prowess in battle is such that some say she is the second coming of Groma Ironfist, hero of the Saltiron War. If the rumors of her strength are true, she is more likely to emerge victorious than any but the Dawnspear himself.
You do get to meet the Dawnspear a little bit later.
Over there is Minister Exham Marshal of the Holy State of Hyzant.
Sorry, I was just checking some stuff.
He is the newest appointee to the Saintly Seven, and has been placed in charge of the military and diplomatic affairs. 'Tis a rise to prominence nigh unheard of for one so young.
A general of the Grand Duchy and Hyzant's young home.
Hyzant's the one in the lower right desert. No worries, bro. I hope your head feels better.
I know this man. Sorsley End of Hyzant, yes?
Just so, my lord. As you doubtless know, he is the Holy State's Minister of Salt. A prestigious position, though it is said he feels threatened by
The
Mr.
spice is life.
So even the great monolith that is the Holy State is not immune to internal strife.
So they just out here talking mad shit as these people are walking in.
I can see they were not wrong to tap you to lead the consortium.
As the officially appointed bookmaker for the tournament, it would not do for me to be ignorant of the combatants.
Your Highness, Lord Thalos and Lady Erica, brother and sister of the Archduke, have arrived.
These people are not only Frederica's, like, this is a country she came from. These are also her, like, half-siblings.
They will be joining the festivities in Archduke Gustadolf's stead.
Word has it that Lord Thalos has been appointed Prime Minister, which would make him the second most influential individual in all of Esfrost.
Archduke Gustadolf is said to prize freedom more than anything. It would seem that includes the freedom to put his own family above all.
Yeah, out here talking mad smack.
With all due respect, Your Highness, the decisions of another nation are their own. Do take care not to say anything that might offend our new ally.
You need not remind me, Patriot. I know there is little to be gained from quarreling with Esfrost's ruling family.
Like, I just thought that was a really good intro. One, to kind of tell you, set the stage of who all these people are. And two, to kind of give you just a better
honored guests,
insight into the underlying
Crown Prince of
tensions.
Glenbrook. It is an honor to welcome you to our kingdom in my father's stead. I can assure you we have spared no effort in preparing for tomorrow's festivities. Let us ring in this new age of alliance together. Though I imagine some may be too occupied awing us with their prowess in the tourney to enjoy the revelry themselves. Allow me to escort you to Whiteholm Castle, where the ceremony will take place, whenever you're ready.
So like I said, a lot of exposition, but it's a lot of world building. I mean, honestly, I'm not too I don't hate it, and it makes sense considering the fact they got George R. R. Martin to
Roland,
help
finally, you
with the world
return.
building. Fucking ninja.
At ease, Huette.
Is
I trust all
Huette.
was well in my absence.
Well enough. Another visit to the Wolffort domain, was it?
Indeed, on minor business. My apologies for leaving unannounced.
Apologies indeed. You know
Homegirl
full
just
well that I'm under
twitched.
strict orders from your father to accompany you on any excursions outside the castle.
I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. Besides, no one would lose any sleep if something happened to me. Father and Franny least of all. Even Cordelia would get along perfectly fine without her brother.
Well, I would not.
Got her
Have
mad
you
pressed.
forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
She's like, yo, you are literally my only means. Homie, why are you talking about yourself like this? Like, I'm just out here trying to keep this job. And you gotta stay alive for that.
Right. Forgive me, truly. It won't happen again.
I should hope not. So it is true that you plan to fight in the tourney on the morrow, and alongside House Wolffort, no less.
I'm excited for that tourney. I didn't play it. I didn't do the tourney. I cut myself off right before the tourney because I didn't want to know
His
any
Grace told me
fallout of anything that
when
was
he
supposed to
commanded me
happen.
to keep you out of trouble.
So Father knew all along.
And so I have decided to fight at your side. You won't be slipping away on my watch this time.
As you wish.
Got him. Don't worry, there's even another scene after this one. I think that's the last one. Because he still hasn't gotten a talking to, right? Like, they didn't... Oh, no, never mind. I lied. I guess that's a different side quest. Yeah.
Welcome back, the both of you.
Were there any troubles while we were out?
None to speak of, aside from Eridor here. But what else is new?
So now we get to kind of
Out with
meet
it,
the...
Benedict.
Oh, Jesus, I
heard you
forgot
were
about
beset
this.
by brigands. Is the young lord safe?
My man has a hard intro. He's very, very loud.
Lower your voice. Must you always shout so?
Honestly, though, I kind of feel him because I'm just as loud usually.
Or can't you see that it was that big mouth of yours that invited trouble in the first place?
So when they were talking earlier where they were like, oh man, everybody knows that today's the day she's coming, it's because he was shouting it from the mountaintops. He was very excited.
There is no cause for concern, Eridor. Besides, I'm not a child anymore.
Mayhap not, my lord. But I've known you since you were knee-high to a... never you mind.
See, I don't know if he stopped short here because they weren't entirely sure when they wrote this if ducks existed in this world yet. Also, I'm always interested in knowing locally, like localization-wise, like what idiom do the Japanese use? Do they also use knee-high to a duck? Is that also is that an idiom that goes past language barriers? I have no idea.
And this must be the young lord's bride-to-be.
I am Frederica. It is a pleasure and honor to meet you all.
And I am Gila, her attendant. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Allow me to introduce those in service of House Wolffort. This is
It's the
Eridor,
clan.
Master at Arms and commander
Or
of
people.
our military forces.
You'll be the lady of House Wolffort. No harm will befall you as long as I'm around.
And this is Anna, my right hand.
It's basically little
If you
Benedict.
require anything, just say the word.
They may not be of my blood, but they are my family just the same. And from this day on, they're your family as well.
That's what I'm saying. Out here spitting all day, man. All day. I wonder also if Benedict's right hand, if she also has like a little hidden blade cane.
I am aware that in all of Glenbrook, House Wolffort is second only to the royal family in power and influence. I will do my best not to disappoint you.
Oh, damn. Like, okay, so we have two, we like, I just want to know, like, where was Benedict raised that he, like, thinks it's appropriate to constantly have a blade on him? Like, how hard are the streets in Glenbrook?
A joyous day this is. The little lord grew up and found himself the perfect bride. Nigh brings a tear to my eye.
His voice certainly does carry.
I always like the trope of like the like hyper emotional strong man. So like definitely a big fan of him.
Sorry, my lady, but you'll have to get used to it.
He doesn't give a fuck. He says, get used to it. It ain't changing. I'm glad I laughed before they did.
My lord, your father awaits you in his chambers. As for me, I must stay and discuss the preparations for tomorrow's festivities with Anna and Eridor.
And they're effectively talking about the
Lady
tourney,
Frederica,
which I'm
pray
really
come
excited
with
for.
me. Father is expecting us.
I would be okay. And I'm not saying this because I think it flows well here, but I would be okay if the thing is, I'm not entirely sure, like, does this hit the same in Japan? Like, is this, like, do they use the version of whatever, like, old proper Japanese would be? Because this whole thing where, like, you see, like, this thing and you're like, Lady Frederica, pray come with me. Father is expecting us. Is it just because he's a nobleman? Like, does it sound the same in Japanese? I've been wondering that because I always wonder, the reason that why I wonder this is, so Final Fantasy Tactics, the first time we got hit with it was very basic English. And I'm sure the translation wasn't fantastic, but, you know, they spoke the same way most people speak, at least at the time. So I wonder if this is, like, needed anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, they didn't, I mean, they kind of spoke like that in Game of Thrones, but it wasn't, like, the main way people spoke. But, I don't know, maybe his voice will change later on. Anna's aptitudes in battles. Strikes. Take 2 actions per the same turn. Can conceal herself. Oh, Anna's... Okay, yeah, so Anna does run around with hidden blades. She is definitely Benedict's student. If he's a samurai, she's a straight-up ninja. Eridor. I just see a shield. If his only weapon is a shield, that would be super exciting. Now, they joined the group. I didn't actually get to the point where I use them as units, so.
As you are well aware, there are 2 events of utmost importance to be conducted before Lord Serenoa and his bride are wed.
The ceremony to commemorate the joint mining venture.
I don't know where my water is.
Still can't believe I'll be seeing the day when we break ground on a new mine right here in Glenbrook. And with the full support of S-Frost and Hyzant, no less.
I'm going to put it on auto while I go get water.
For that.
Because I can still hear it, so I'll be right back.
Generous proposal that the 3 nations of Norzelia now strive toward a common goal. Needless to say, delegates from each nation will be joining in the festivities.
From the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, Lord Dragan Esfrost, who is overseeing the technical side of the mining operations.
The
Holy State of Hyzant will be represented by Minister Lila Viscraft of the Saintly Seven. And our own Lord Simon will serve as Glenbrook's delegate and meet with the 2 before the ceremony. Yes?
Quite so. After that, it will be House Wolffort's responsibility to see that our honored guests feel welcome. Anna, I will
right
trust
before
you
we beat their
both
asses.
Lord Dragan and Minister Lila.
Consider it done.
Then once that stuffy ceremony is over, we can get to the real highlight of the day.
Hell yeah, Eridor.
Ah, my blood's already rushing. Just envisioning the greatest warriors from all the realm clashing swords.
from Esfrost, the much-renowned General of Laura. And from Hyzant, Minister Exham Marshal. I have heard much of his prowess as well.
Then, of course, there's our reigning victor, the pride of Glenbrook, Sir Maxwell the Dawnspear. Still, I wish him all the best of luck against their hosts. They'll need it to beat House Wolffort.
On that matter, there are two things I should make clear. Prince Roland has expressed a desire to join the tourney as a member of House Wolffort's contingent.
Why would the boy want to fight with us and not his own arms master?
Apparently, he originally formally requested to do just that, but King Regna would not allow it.
Yo, imagine you tell your dad, yo, I want to fight for our family's clout and honor, and he goes, nah, I'm good, bro.
And so he came to the young lord in hopes of finding another way.
Oh man, that's all right. His boy's got his back. He's gonna let him join his team.
Well, he's more than welcome in my book. The royal family said we're free to put together our own contingent after all. I reckon His Majesty would be beside himself with joy if we could deliver a beating to Esfrost and Hyzant.
Doubtless so. Very well. I shall inform the prince that he is welcome in our ranks.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to how the tourney's gonna go.
The matter of Lord Simon's health?
Lord Simon's like
Indeed.
Serenoa's
Sadly,
father.
The lord of the house is in no condition to participate in the tourney. Barring some miracle, I anticipate that Lord Serenoa will have to fight in his Lord Father's stead.
Lord Simon. I suppose age takes its toll on even the mightiest of men.
It really does. I was talking about that earlier today.
So be it then. You can leave watching over the young lord and Prince Roland to me.
Good. I remind you that while this is a joyous occasion, all of our attendees have their own reasons for coming. Let us not give them an opportunity to catch us unaware.
Yo, he keeps his eye on the throne. This man is not to be trifled with at all.
Father, I bring to you my betrothed, the Lady Frederica.
A pleasure to meet you, my lord. I am
Sorry, trying to
Frederica
answer
of
my
House
family.
Esfrost.
Ho ho, the pleasure is all mine.
I love the voice for the dad.
Were it not for the efforts of House Wolffort, the Saltiron War would rage on still today. I do not deserve the honor of joining your esteemed family, but I will endeavor to serve you all the same.
There is no need for such formalities, my girl. You are tired from your journey, I am sure. Pray rest easy tonight.
Thank you, my lord. I believe that in any journey, the first step is the most important. Before we go forward together, I should like to know why you chose to welcome one of Rosellan blood, such as I.
It keeps coming up, but it means nothing to us.
Oh, I'd heard you were a strong-willed one.
Pray forgive my insolence. And yet, I am set to marry into a mighty house of a foreign nation.
Yo, he gets real candid right now,
I should like to know what you wish of me, that I might live up to your expectations.
which is actually kind of cool.
A most reasonable request. Both of you, listen well.
This guy just starts spitting truth,
Yes, Father.
with little no hesitation. Pip, pip, pip.
Your marriage was agreed upon by Glenbrook and Esfrost, that the ties between our two nations might be strengthened.
To give us more leverage against Hyzant with their monopoly over salt.
Precisely. With Glenbrook and Esfrost consolidating their power, Hyzant was left with little choice but to join the alliance. And yet, while Lady Frederica is indeed the Archduke's sister, at the same time she is the daughter of a Rosellan concubine.
When I said concubine, like, I've already been making a lot of ties. So there's the problem. I took one lit class, and now, like, generally when I play anything, I'm constantly looking for thematic, like, similarities to other stuff. And this, to me, kind of like harkens a lot towards Dune. At least overall in like what we've been playing, with the Wolfforts being House Atreides, essentially, effectively. And you know, with the whole thing where like the salt is a requirement for life in general. Like, you can probably live without iron, but like the salt is, and then the monopoly that they have, you know, like, and these wars that went on over it, and also the whole concubine thing, like, you know, it's kind of like I wouldn't be surprised if the people that wrote this are fans of Dune, because it almost seems like these two characters together would make Paul Atreides.
And House Wolffort, for all our military prowess, is no more than a bannerman of the king. If the aim was to forge the strongest bond we could between our two nations...
It would be far more appropriate for my sister, Lady Erica, to wed the Crown Prince of Glenbrook.
Yeah, so you see here, like, just like Paul Atreides' father, this, like, the Lord of this house is very politically shrewd, and he put this all together, and still said, yeah, let's just do it.
Neither nation
But
chose that. And do you know why?
So that if relations between our two countries were to take a turn for the worse...
We could be cast away like pawns.
Precisely. Such are the schemes of those who rule nations.
she shudders with like just anger.
I understand now.
Yo, the flatness that line was delivered with is just palpable. It's just one of those things where it's like it's equal parts it's like equal parts disgust in both like the situation and himself for not like kind of realizing it sooner, and also full-on acceptance of it. Like it's very flat.
No matter how impure the intentions behind this
and here he goes.
I will not bring dishonor to the Wolffort name.
He found a way to like honor his father while kind of like spitting game on the side.
Well said, my son. If that is your decision, then...
Oh yeah, I forgot about this part. I hate this a little bit.
Father.
Lord Simone.
He's got a bum ticker.
Is not what it once was. For this reason and more, I have made my decision. As of this day, I abdicate my position as Lord of House Wolffort. You will serve in my stead from tomorrow forth, my son.
You know, she's about to marry him. She just like went up a couple notches already, socially.
I am not ready to...
As did he.
My decision is not made lightly. You have already shown me, with your words and your deeds, that you are more than ready. Think always about what your subjects need from you. Weigh your choices carefully, then take action. Do so, and I have no doubt you will make a great lord. And trust in Benedict. He shall serve you as well as he did me.
Pip, pip, pip.
Thank you, Father. I will spare no effort that one day I may be as beloved by our people as you.
Lady Frederica, your fate is not a simple one. There are many who would try to use the both of you as pawns in their own schemes. Even so, I hope that you will be there to support my son through it all, as his wife, but also as your own person.
I appreciate that, but I feel like it would have been worded a little bit better. But also,
This is House Wolffort's entreaty, and the wish of a father.
aw,
Of course, my lord. It was my intention from the moment I boarded the ship.
ride or die. That's all we're looking for at the end of the day. My wife's pretty ride or die.
Beg pardon, my lord, but Lord Jagan and Minister Lila have arrived.
Very well. Presiding over tonight's banquet will be my final duty as Lord of the House. Tomorrow's ceremony will mark the beginning of yours, my son. And after that will be your wedding. Rest well tonight, both of you, for busy days lie ahead.
A young hawk soars completed, and that is the end of chapter. They call it chapter 1, but it's really the prologue. Like, I think the first 3 chapters are considered to be the prologue. Oh yeah, and they say hawk because hawk is the symbol of House Wolffort.